Hi, I'm Angeline, and this is a beautiful day. This day is amazing, actually. I didn't feel that 15 minutes ago. I had a rough morning. I was in a bad mood. had been in a bad mood like a little bit for a few days, and I just felt sick of it. And sometimes I can feel, I feel so emotional, or better again, I get so affected by reality. I get so affected by what's happening now, and that's so easy because we are living in this physical world where things are happening around us, especially now. And we get so affected, or it can be easy to be affected by the energy that surrounds us. Negative comments, worry, concern, fear. And I just don't want to be around that. I just don't want to take it in. I tried a while not to speak to people who are negative, not to be around people who are negative, and not to be around people who speak about negative things or who tell about things that are problems. But that's quite hard. Because normally that's what people talk about. So I love people and I want to be around people. I want to be living in this world, of course. But what I can do is to focus every day for myself, every moment, to find the connection within. Now I want to tell you a few things. If you see on my channel here, Voice of an Angel, you will see down below the first one I posted here is about me seeing an eye when I meditate. Now this was I think it was around 2 years ago when this happened to me the first time. And a lot of things have happened in my life since. A lot of things during these 2 years that I really want to share with you. I've been afraid to share what I have learned. I've been afraid to speak my mind, to say how I see reality, because some of the things for me actually feels quite strange, or I've been thinking people will think I'm mad. And the thing is, when you are a spiritual being, as we all are, but when you talk about this and when you experience, when you don't have this covered area, or when you don't have the covers on. For me, it was medication for many years. It was also, I used toothpaste with fluoride in it. Now, I'm not sure that what actually did the biggest change for me, but my spiritual realm, like my sensitivity to it has changed drastically the past 2 years. It's a completely different world I live in now. And one thing I want to tell you today, there are many things I want to tell you today, but I want to show you, when we talk about the third eye, or when we talk about me seeing this eye when I meditated, that is the thing that I want to talk about today. So I believe that all of us are spiritual beings, and that the bigger part of us is actually still a spiritual, vibrational being. Everything is vibration, so when we talk about spirits and spiritual things, it's vibrational, and we cannot see them yet. The things that we wish for, the things that we want, they are there now, but they are in a reality that we cannot see. It's vibrational still. And I will come back to the law of attraction in later videos, but now it's about who am I? So it's about seeing the I when I meditate, and it's about who am I? So since I actually started to meditate, this was, now I can see 2017. In the end of 2017, I understood that meditation is something good, It's not something dangerous. And I thought, because before I was brought up in a what's the word? In a religion, a Christian religion, and I was told that everything regarding meditation, yoga, and those things are from the devil. Like it's very, very bad. So when I started with some yoga practice in the morning, and I started to meditate, like shorter meditations, I could feel that it felt good. So that was the thing that I actually went on. How do I feel? And I started to listen to myself around that subject. How do I feel? What do I want? I started to listen to that after I was 24. I can tell you more about that also. But the most important thing is, when I started to meditate, short, like 15 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes during lunch, and then again 15 or 20 minutes in the afternoon, I got more and more positive and happy. I got calmer. I got more in touch, like, with my feelings. And after a while, I could see that it did an enormous change in my life. So the thing is, I can strongly say that meditation is the way to go. It is so beneficial to meditate. And so, after a while, when I had done this meditation and short yoga practice every day, almost every day, for a while, I don't remember if it was months or weeks, I'm sitting in my sofa in Sweden, and I'm meditating, so I'm breathing, and I'm listening to this girl on YouTube who speaks. She talks during the meditation. I feel relaxed and I feel peaceful, and I'm thinking a mantra. If it was something about, I don't remember exactly, something positive that you think about to focus your mind. All of a sudden, when I have my eyes closed, I can see in front of me an eye that is blinking, like it's with long eyelashes blinking. And it's so real. But at first I get startled, I get a little bit scared. So I'm like looking up, and the first thing on my mind is, oh my God, this is what I was warned about by the Christianity. Like, this is strange, or this is because I've heard about the eye of God and I didn't know if it was good or bad, or if it was something leading me on the wrong path or something. But then I thought, okay, this is probably thoughts and ideas that I have picked up on that has been real for me, but is it really true? Is it really true that it is something bad? So I thought, all right, I will now try again, and I will feel if this feels bad, or if it feels strange, or if I get scared. So because I knew I was safe, and I know that there's only positive spirits, there's only positive energy, there's only love. I had felt that so many times that I wasn't scared in that way. So I tried again. I closed my eyes, I continued breathing, and again I can see this eye in front of me, and it's pure love. It's nothing dangerous, and it just felt good. So I googled afterwards. I just sat in that for a while, and I googled the eye of God, and I saw a few pictures, and especially one of those pictures really looked like the eye that I had been seeing. And the thing is, when I thought about this eye, and when I kind of was discussing with myself, because it were not so many people I could talk about this, and I have always loved horses for my whole life. And when I was a child, I had a so-called imaginary friend. And grown-ups, they call it imaginary because they have been kind of taught or parents have told them that it's your imagination, it isn't real, because no one else can see it. But I realized that, yeah, I've had an imaginary, both dog, but also a horse, very long time in my life, as long as I can remember, actually. And this horse or unicorn, I called it Moonlight, and this friend has followed me. When I was younger, I felt safe and happy, and we played together when I was lonely. And the interesting thing about this eye that I saw was that it looks like a horse's eye. It has the same shape and form and the same, like when you look into a horse's eye, like if you like horses and you're not afraid of them, there's so much depth and warmth and love in the eyes of a horse, and also dogs for that matter. And another thing that happened to me in this period of time is that I met a horse, a real horse, that actually helped me to become more balanced. It was a horse that the lady who had it, she was happy to get help with this horse. We called her Ice. She was a white horse, almost like this one that you see here, and also a bit like this horse here that you see on this picture. And this horse was a lovely teacher for me. She was calm, and she helped me sometimes when I was a bit too stressed and not balanced. She didn't move. She refused to move. She refused to do what I told her to. And she helped me to get in contact with my emotions. So this was a horse that I helped the owner, but this horse helped me. And one day, me and Ice were going out in the woods. And I had then started to think about unicorns more, and to think about this when you speak about your inner self, your inner being, and when you speak about your spiritual guide and stuff like that. And I actually said to Ice, well, I thought it when we were walking, I said to Ice, hey, are you my spirit guide, or are you somehow my inner being, or how does this work actually? And then I said, the second thought I thought was, well, that's impossible. Like you are so playful, and you are so kind of full of this how do you say it? It's like you're not as serious as like the inner being would be. And then the horse looks at me and flicks her mane like this, and she says, how do you know? And that was so cool. And I'm telling you, speaking about this to normal people, they don't understand. But what happened to me was I understood that my inner being, or how I can see it, because I believe that your inner being is shown to you in ways that you can understand it. But I believe that my inner being, or who I am, or the spiritual person that I am, that is vibrational, is actually a unicorn. And unicorns are actually mentioned in older writings as well. And you can find pictures of unicorns painted in old well, I want to say caves, but I'm not a scientist in this. But you can find pictures of unicorns in China, and pictures of unicorns in other parts of the world as well. I think it was Greece. And they are in completely different places, but you still have these images of unicorns. And also, when you speak about the ancient Egypt, there is also, because what happened was, I looked up the Eye of God. And it was writing about Ra, and it was writing about that it was pictured in different ways. And one of the ways was also, when I actually Googled this as well, it was also writing about unicorns. And for me, it was a strong sign that there is something to this. And now again, when I speak about it, it feels strange. But what I know is when I feel strange about something, or when something feels a bit weird, or I get a little bit kind of worried about what will people say about this, I know that that is not a thought that my inner being thinks, because my inner being only thinks thoughts that make me feel good. So that's why I know speaking about this isn't strange and it isn't wrong, because I believe that I can share what I have experienced, and everybody who listens, they can take what they believe and what feels good for them, and they can take it to their heart. So therefore, I will just speak my truth and trust that those people who are inspired by it will be, and those who aren't, they will turn it off and it will not affect them in any bad way or anything. So I get my power and strength from my inner being, my unicorn inner being. And one thing that happened when we speak about unicorns also is that when I was in North Cyprus the first time, it was in April actually, so it was the second time. It was in 2018 in April. I had then been meditating 3 times a day since February, 2-3 months or something like that, and I had seen this eye before me before. And what happened was, we came to the place where we were supposed to stay, and it was soon time for dinner, and I was so tired and drained. I didn't feel then as good as I do now, so I was tired and lonely. And so I wanted to meditate for a while, and then I had only meditated through YouTube, like with help from another person who guided me. And I didn't know if I could do it by myself. I didn't know if I could just be, and this powerful, loving power would be there for me. But I had to try, because I didn't have Wi-Fi, and it was only me. So I was lying on the bed and I was going to rest. And I closed my eyes. And after just a few minutes with breathing, I can see a unicorn in front of me, a white unicorn, and it stands on its hind legs, and it puts down its front legs, boom. And when it does, from the top of my head down to my toes, I get this enormous tingling and stream of love and power and excitement and electricity. Boom, straight through me. So without any help from anything else, just breathing, I get the powerful message and everything I needed in that moment. And what I want to share with you is, even though if you believe in unicorns, if you believe in what I'm saying, but what I want to share and tell you, and you don't have to see this eye in front of you when you meditate, it still works. But you can, by yourself, alone, nothing else, you can get in contact. You're always in contact with your inner being, but you can actually open yourself so that you feel it, and you can get the power you need, you can get the love you need, you can get everything you need, because you don't need anyone else. No one else to tell you what to do, no one else to guide you through anything. You don't have to go to anyone to talk about what's bothering you. You don't have to do anything. The only thing you need is yourself. Deep breaths and a place to be alone. You can probably do it also when you're not alone. But that is a very powerful message that I want to share with you. You don't need anything else. You don't need no crystals. You don't need no special clothes or things to these. You don't need anything else to get in contact with the spiritual realm and the loving and powerful and amazing inner being that you are. You are a strong force. You are an amazing, powerful creator of your reality, even if you believe it or not. And you are here. You are here to enjoy life. That's what I believe. You're here to enjoy life and get to know what you want, what you don't want, and to spread love and to enlighten others and to uplift others, but to enjoy and to be happy. And my inner being has helped me so many times, showing me life as a beautiful, wonderful playground like the past year. And I'm so happy to share this with you, and I want to share more about what I've learned during especially these 2 years that I've been open to my inner being and to the spiritual, the vibrational realm that we also live in. And I am happy to now, I'm using this card from my friend Caroline. It's Cane and Heart Oracle cards. And I drew this the other day when I did my first video, the first one with this one, because it's time now for me to leap in and because it's yes, what you feel is right, go for it. Because I was thinking, should I post this video or not? And the angel said, go for it. So now I'm doing it. And I do it with joy and love and also a bit of okay. So just go for it. You are a powerful being. If you want to believe you're a unicorn, or if it's something else that you see that you are, but you are amazing. And there's so much more for you. There's so much more vibrational, spiritual things going on. And I'm so happy to share with you. I'll give you and send you lots of love. Okay. Bye-bye.